if your wife is like my wife, she wonders why you have more than one fishing rod. It's just in our nature to have as much cool stuff as possible. Anyway, guys, this video is about what I take with me when I go saltwater fishing. Last year I started to upgrade my fishing gear, and that's when I bought this, so it's kind of, the wheels were in motion, but didn't want to make too many purchases at first, and especially when school started for the kids, I started fishing less, but now with all the whole coronavirus thing going on, and I just have more time to go fishing, and I'm on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so hopefully I want to get out there a bunch of times, catch some dinner, so that if food comes scarce, at least I can catch dinner. So first combo, I normally take 5 rods with me, maybe 6. I do want that number to go up in the future, and the reason is just I don't want to sit there re-rigging on the water. It just wastes time. If you've ever watched the Major League Fishing where they fish for bass, I mean, they are going non-stop for those periods. They have like 8 rods or 10 rods already rigged up. They can switch in a second. They don't have to sit there re-rigging, and they re-rig when the period's over, and they're not allowed to fish. So just having as many things rigged up and ready to go as you can, it's more fishing time for you, and it's less rigging, and it can potentially be less frustrating. So this is a Spin Fisher 6. 3500. I've got 10-pound braid, that's Power Pro V2 with 15-pound fluorocarbon leader, and on this one I just have a tiny bucktail. It's like an 1/8 or 1/4 of an ounce. I don't fish this one that often. What I primarily fish soft plastics, and this is the same line and leader and rod, but I have a red jig head on here with this is a DOA paddle tail, a 3-inch. I also have Z-Man paddle tails, and then the soft plastic that I use primarily is Z-Man Super Fluke, which I will show you in a little bit. Along with so this is my go-to rod, and it used to be a Battle 2 4000 size reel with 20-pound braid on it, 20-pound Power Pro, and since I got these, I like them so much better. These are sealed. It's IPX5 sealed, so I don't have to worry about the saltwater getting into these and potentially corroding the gears. So I have the Battle 2 4000s. I want to upgrade those to Spin Fisher 4500s with 20-pound braid, and this year I'm going to do it, and once some of this nonsense settles down, not nonsense, once the hysteria settles down and we're allowed to go do things, I'm gonna upgrade my other rods. But with that, I have one rigged up for shrimp, should I get some shrimp for the angle cooler. I have it just a free floating hook right now, and I can always put a weight on there, or I can rig up a popping cork and fish it that way. And the other one has a top water on it, just in case that's what I'm throwing. I don't really throw top water too much, but I think this year I want to. I think that you can really throw what the fish are biting, and so I think this year I'm going to get some more top water. The Big Mamma Jamma is a Penn Fierce 6000. I have 50-pound braid on here, along with 150-pound mono leader, as well as number 9 wire to a size number 10 or a 10/0 circle hook. This is the shark rig. Should I go hunting for sharks, this is a good rod for it. I mean, it's not the best rod, but it'll do. It's what I have right now. I do, again, same reason for the Battle 2s. I want to upgrade this one to the Spin Fisher because it is sealed and you don't have to worry about the corrosion. I mean, you can see you can see right through it, and the gears are exposed, and just the salt water's harsh, so I do want to protect my gear. So this is a good rod. And then I also sometimes, if I'm going offshore or if I'm going to be searching for bait, and I have a sabiki rod, and it's the bait stick. The bait stick is a hollow tube, and a weight attaches to the end of the sabiki line, and it all goes inside the tube, so none of those sabiki hooks are exterior. They're all nicely lined up. Nicely lined up inside, and you don't have to worry about them getting tangled. I mean, the baits are like $1 a piece. The sabiki rigs are $1 a piece, but once they get tangled, they're done, and it keeps them nice and organized. So those are the rods that I would take with me on a regular basis, and like I said, I do want to upgrade some of them this year, and when the time allows, I think I will. So let's move on to what tackle I take with me. As I mentioned before, I primarily fish soft plastics, and if you watched my rigging video that I made mid last year or so, where I just went over everything on the rig, you would have seen how I set up my seat. And what I have is the Burley Pro prison pocket on this side. Now this side mirrors that side, it's the same. I've got a prison pocket here, and then on the gunnel I've got a jig bucket. You won't be able to see it, but I'll try and throw a video on top of it. And in the seat, in the prison pocket, I like it because I'm able to keep a 3600, a waterproof 3600, and in here I keep my shark rig stuff, which I don't really go shark fishing that much, so I might get another 3600, and when I do get some of those topwater baits that I mentioned, I can just swap it out. And in here I've got some weights, some heavy duty swivels, and then 8, 9, and 10 circle hooks. And then they're heavy duty. I just happen to like owner hooks, and they're all owner hooks, not a sponsor. And then in that jig bucket, I'm able to keep a waterproof 3500. And in here I have an assortment of hooks. So I've got some Z-Man jig heads, some weighted jig heads, and then these are the like corkscrew ones. I don't even know what to call them, but you can, trying to focus. You can screw a bait onto that and it won't come off. And I got these when I got the gulps, but I don't fish the gulps. And then just a couple of egg sinkers. On the other side, another 3500 or 3600, and in here I just have some DOA shrimp. Now, one of my fishing buddies says that the 2.75 inch DOA shrimp with the hook in them are just the best. Not the 3, not the 4, 2.75, and they just don't sell them in many places. So I need to get my hands on some of them because he says he catches just tons of fish on those short DOA shrimp. And I also have some more of those bucktails in here. In the other 3500, I just have some more hooks. I've got some more hooks, some red jig heads, because red and white is just a powerful combo down here. Some white jig heads, and just some hooks should I be fishing with shrimp. These are 3/0 circle hooks, again by owner. And then, like I said, what I fish primarily with is soft plastics, and these are the DOA shads. These are paddle tails. Those are 4-inch. These are the Z-Man paddle tails. They call them minnows, Minnow Z. These are 4-inch also. But the thing that gets the most action are these Zoom white flukes. This super fluke in white pearl. Just incredible action. It's got a split tail. got a split tail, and just the action is incredible. So this is what I catch the majority of my fish on. The fish absolutely love this, especially the trout and the ladyfish and the amberjacks, or the jacks. But I haven't caught many catfish lately. That's a plus. This year I'm keeping my tackle up front versus back in the H crate. I wanted to move some of the weight forward. Not that I take a lot of tackle with me overall. The majority is in my seat, what I need. The only thing that I might need from here or in the back would be an extra thing of leader should I be broken off by either the mangroves or some structure. I've got 15-pound and 50-pound fluorocarbon, as well as 30-pound, 80-pound, 150-pound mono leader in here. I just like this. It keeps all the leaders organized. You know, it does take up some space, but when you don't take that much, you have more room to play with. So I really like that in terms of storing my leader. This is a 3700. This is a deep version, and this is where I keep all my soft plastics in. There are binders, there are big open boxes, there's bags, there's just keeping them loose. This holds about 30 or so, I would say, and keeps them all in there, and they're in one compact spot. It does get a little heavy. It's probably 7 pounds or so, and it's just moving the weight forward, so that's just going to keep my bow lower, and hopefully I can get some speed, gain some speed. Another waterproof one, I just keep some popping corks and some bobbers in here. There's some weighted bobbers in case I'm fishing with shrimp. And then in the other one, I just have some pinfish, a couple of topwater baits, and then some of the heavier duty 1 ounce bucktail jigs in case I go fishing for large snook at the bridge. That's it. That's all the tackle I take with me. And to be perfectly honest with you, I could probably get away with just this and a couple of hooks, a couple of jigs. And I might try it. I might try it one day. Just challenge myself to not take any extra tackle and see how I do. But that's it. Now I've made 2 videos, and the comments have stayed on. I had sent YouTube a message. They were supposed to review my channel, and I think maybe that whole non-commenting for a year thing is over. So leave a comment in the comment section below, maybe something you think I should have, maybe something I shouldn't take with me, or got a better rod suggestion, although I am brand loyal, so I have Penn, and I like to stay with Penn. And they're not the best, but they're pretty good. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all on the water.